Can you shut it before he comes? Test. Test. Oh, you guys can hear me. Weird. Test. Oh, you guys can hear me. Weird. Can you guys hear me on the screen? Can you guys hear me on the screen? Can you guys hear me on the screen? Well, I didn't know that. Well, I didn't know that. It's a good thing I didn't say much. I should have gotten rid of the echo now. Hopefully you guys can confirm that there is no echo. Thank you for the PR response. I proposed that just as nitpicking you turned into full-blown refactoring. I'm not sure what you mean by refactoring. Are you talking about the most recent PR thing with the lint? Hello, Eager Manga. How are you? I don't really get what's going on there to lint should have failed in previous PRs. I don't know. I don't get it either. Consider using a TS linter as a CI. We have a TS linter as a CI check. That's what's failing on Kits's PR. So I don't really get it. Is there still an echo? Okay, let me get the music cooking here. Woo! Hold on. Gotta fix a thing. Fix something before. Live. First. Okay. Hopefully that's good now. We have the domain name clockworklabs.com, and I got a notice that it was going to be expiring. Don't want that. So I just set it up to not expire. Now, I would like music, please, but I got signed out because I had a power outage yesterday. Thank you for the follow, Jumping Nato. Nato? Unclear. Let's see. Not receive. Did not receive an email to get my music. There we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go, chat. Let's see. You're good now. Cool. They have a Linters PR check no echo. By the way, I just actually discovered another DOS crash on SpacetimeDB, this time over PG wire involving integer arrays. Oh. Not implying that it was me who discovered the first one. I suggest checking it against main cloud since I don't use it. Please, if you could post that. One of the major reasons why we have our source out there, so that we can be notified of this earlier. No, I don't want to go here. I want to do... So... Sign in. Sign in with Streamlabs. There's an error. What? I signed with Google? Sign with Twitch. I didn't need to do any of that. Interesting. Okay, well, let's do it. What do you guys want to listen to? Maybe we do... Maybe we do stream beats? What are these? This is going to be crazy. Nah, this is great. Okay, let's leave. Let us appear. Let us appear live on stream. We're here. We're live on stream. Are we not? Oh, we do have music now. Okay, cool. All right. Let me make sure that we've got this opened up so we can see if there's anybody chatting in YouTube. Welcome in, everyone. Today we are continuing with the docs. I have a big old ticket that I am cooking on with more docs changes. I'm going to make a new PR though, because my other PR is hopefully merging in anytime soon. So let's see. Author, me. Ooh, babies, that looks like a check mark to me. Merge that when ready. I believe it's ready. We love that for us. Clap. This is what we did last time around, plus other things. So we're going to make a new branch. We're going to call it Tyler Claude Docs 2, and we are going to cook on that. And my big list of things is right here. Clockwork Labs. Let's pull this up. Gotta find my tickets. Hi Tyler, I was wondering if you use a hybrid model with bare metal for your main cloud to keep pricing low. We actually, not sure what you mean by hybrid model, but it is fully bare metal. So we do not use, I would say it's not hybrid, it's just bare metal. We don't use AWS. In fact, AWS went down a few weeks back and we did not. We just use good old-fashioned Linux. And the reason for that is quite interesting. It's because SpacetimeDB is realistically closer to an operating system than it is a database, by which I mean it is a scheduler, it runs programs, it has an ABI where you can insert and remove things, sort of like tables are files in Unix, and then it does replication for you, and it does all of the things that a lot of services would do for you. Manages its own networking internally, does the proxying between nodes. And so the real interesting insight is like, well, you don't really need the cloud. You just need a machine, you run it, you point it at the other machines, and they all hook up and run together. And that means we can have much lower pricing. When we're looking at pricing of using EC2 versus what we do currently use, it's about a 10x difference. So that's a lot. We'd rather not have that. Which means we can transfer the low pricing onto you and keep a bit for ourselves. Exactly, we'd rather not be charging a premium on top of a premium. And I think there's a lot of startups out there that are essentially AWS wrappers, but there's no need. Like, we were already building all of the virtualization, right? That's what SpacetimeDB does, is it virtualizes over hardware. So we don't really need to do that. Let's see. I still want to discuss the IPv6 confusion, to be honest. Why do we need to conflate IPv4 and IPv6 binds for self-hosted if all the other software does the opposite? Nothing special at all. Speaking of OSs, have you considered running SVB in micro VMs such as Amazon Firecracker? So this is an interesting question about IPv4. The whole idea is that the most likely scenario, if you're running something on IPv4 with the same port as IPv6 with the same port, is that you don't mean to do that. Like, it's possible, but probably not. And so we'd rather not have people be confused, because you can always choose a different port. There's no reason not to choose a different port. We have to fix up something about my PR, though. It was not quite right, but we're going to do it in a separate PR. Speaking of OSs, have you considered running SpacetimeDB in micro VMs such as Amazon Firecracker? I don't really know what Amazon Firecracker is, but that's part of the problem, is there's so many things. Amazon Firecracker. But SpacetimeDB already has virtualization, right? Like, your modules are virtualized, so because they run in WebAssembly. So why do we even need it? I guess if, like, because what's the point? Yeah, I guess why don't we just run on Linux? I mean, one day you can imagine not even running on Linux at all, just kind of hooking directly into the hardware, which is not so far in the future, because there are some things that we'd like to manage ourselves. Let me put it differently. Google OSV. Kind of what you're looking for. Operating system for virtual machines. Versatile modular unikernel designed to run unmodified Linux applications. That's kind of interesting. Runs guest on top of a virtual machine. Interesting. This is the Turso guy, right? Am I wrong? Yeah. Did he make this? Why does it say C also? Yeah. Interesting. All right, so let's get cooking. Let's close this. Let's close this. This is now merging. We love to see that. That's fantastic. That took a while, but this is big improvement on the docs, as you have seen. We're going to do another big improvement today. So let's go here. Let's pull this. Let's go into docs. Status. Git pull. Make sure we have the latest. Probably do not. We're going to do git checkout. I'd love to at least have an option to bind separately. I mean, it's reasonable. I don't know. We'll think about it. I will have to think about what the best way to do that is. I guess we would at least want to warn, like, hey, there's something running on IPv6. Do we want to... Are you sure you want to do that? Okay. Checkout. Let's do Tyler Claude Docs 2. We're gonna build off of the last one. And let's open up the docs here. What protections does the project have in place if the company shuts down or licensing is maliciously changed or excessively expensive, like what happened with Unity runtime fee? So the core of SpacetimeDB is available under what is called the business source license. And that is, let's bring that up just for fun. So there's two licenses in the project, BSL and Apache 2. Some things are licensed under Apache 2, some things are licensed under BSL. The particular folders have the particular license. The BSL license, let me explain it briefly. So the BSL license is a license which converts to an open source, just fully open source license after 4 years. So each version of the project, so let's say release 1.0 today, 4 years from now, it converts to a different license. The license it converts to is the GPL v3 with a Pharo GPL v3 with a linking exception. I can explain why that is. It's meant to be the same license as the Linux kernel, basically, for what we're doing. So this license basically starts as this license, business source license, and converts into this one. So if we shut down, no matter what, it's becoming open source. So it's just going to be open source. That is what it is. So all the code you see here will eventually be open source, and even when it is not open source. So what can you do during the 4 years before it is open source? That's what this business source license handles. And it says, you have the right to copy, modify, create derivative works, redistribute, and make non-production use of the license work. So the key thing is non-production. The licensor may make additional use grant above permitting limited production use. So you can do whatever you want not in production. And I mean whatever. That's what this license says. In production, we give you the ability to do anything you want except sell it as a service or basically develop a platform for SpacetimeDB. And these are to address two problems that we've seen for databases. One is Amazon will take your open source database, they will run it in Amazon's S3, they will call it Amazon SpacetimeDB or Amazon whatever, and that's it. And then you lose all your customers. So that's number one. And then number two is really the Docker problem. So Docker, a lot of their business model relied on the fact that they were going to be able to build the Kubernetes. It was called Docker, I don't really know. But then Google released Kubernetes and they kind of lost their whole business model. So it's basically, hey, let us run our cloud thing for 4 years. After such time, you can do whatever you want. Even during the 4 years, you can use SpacetimeDB all you want for your own applications. You can self-host it. You can host it in production. So you can host a single instance in production. You can do whatever you need to do, except for resell it as a service. So you have to wait 4 years to do that. But then I'll note, you can sell it as a service after 4 years. Excuse me. Goodness. Hopefully that answers that question. Docker Swarm, thank you. That is what I'm thinking of. And thank you, Igor Manga. So that's the situation there. I think it's very important. This is why we did this. Good afternoon, Chippy. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. I think you might have missed the last one. All right, let's get cooking. So we've got the docs. Let's open them up again. Do I have them open? Here we go. Here are the docs. Let's look at my task list. Pull it up. Clockwork Labs. SpacetimeDB private. And then tickets. Okay, one of the tasks is to read the whole thing. We're not going to do that right now. There's a quick start for every framework. We don't have all the frameworks that we need right now. A template for every quick start. So we're not going to do that yet. We want to, in each quick start, we want to show people how to add a reducer. So let me explain what this is. So in the new quick starts, you've got one for every framework. Right now we have like the 3 basic languages and React. We should add one for Unreal, but I don't think we have a template for it, so we might have to make that. Although I may not do that right now because I don't have Unreal set up on my machine and I would want to be able to test it. But either way, for each quick start, this is supposed to install this, get it all set up for you, and then you're good to go. So it's really quick start. So we're trying to start quickly. What I'm going to do is make it at the end so that the end of the quick start, you add a new reducer and you add a table. And you call the reducer and you query from the table. So let's just ask Claude to do that and see what happens, shall we? What do you think? No worries, command. I had a thing, unfortunately. I watched some of the VOD, though. Your PR just got a conflict. What do you mean you got a conflict? My big PR that was supposed to merge? No! I've been trying to merge this for days. That's terrible. What did I even change about this? Did I just change the thing? Alright, fudge. That's awful. I'm gonna have to rerun the whole job saying they're gonna fail 1,000 times. Ugh. Okay, well, whatever. Let's just ask Claude to fix this. Hey, Claude. Can you merge origin master to this branch and fix the... I should look at this myself because I'm afraid. Dang it, this is awful. That was gonna go in. It took me like 1,000 years. And it's for like a tiny little thing. Let's see, merge conflicts. I want to make sure that we don't lose any of the changes from master. Show me what happened before you do it. I was so ready. I was so ready for that to merge. The hell is a com command? Did it auto-merge successfully? For the JSON files, it doesn't matter which ones you use. We're going to overwrite them with an automated switch. Terrible. I got rid of the attribution. I swear I did. Never add Claude attribution to git commits. Let's make that change in the appropriate place for Claude settings. And you ought to know that, given that you are Claude. All right, let's look at, while we're waiting here, what am I supposed to do? So the plan is we're going to update all of the quick starts with showing how to add a table, calling the reducer, and so on. Let's take a look at the quick starts as they are right now. Check chat too. This is sad that devs can't even merge a Narak. Hi, NTW. Not unclear what that means. Complex in 88 files, what? GitHub to 3. I'll just rebase manually, to be honest. AIs are cool unless they start overthinking, always do. Tell that. Merge it and stop crying. It's fine. We're all good. Where did that image come from? Weird. Okay, what were we doing? So let's look at the, right, this is what we were doing. We want to look at the actual quick start thing. So we've got this wonderful templates directory, which is very clear. And now the quick starts, interestingly, they're not actually the quick start ones. AI agents no touching my prod, which is fair enough. They don't touch my prod either, but they do touch our docs, which is what we're using them for. So let's see. We're going to take a quick look at this. This says basic React. I assume the other ones are basic TypeScript, basic Rust, and basic C#. So we're good on that. Let's see what's in them, actually. So for basic React, we've got an index.html, pretty basic. We've got an app.tx. We should probably run this, just see what it looks like. I don't remember, it's been a while. I suppose we'll start with that, shall we? Do that, that's fine. Okay, let's do spacetime version show list. What are we on here? Ooh, we're so old. Upgrade. I'm on Windows. Oh, somebody, I believe you meant Claude. Have we ever told them about the double mic audio, or is that just how it is? Ooh, wait, double mic audio. I think, I heard Casey Muratori say that 2026 was going to be the year of Linux desktop, and I believe it. I'm I'm pretty sick of the problems. Okay. Let's see. You missed a stream yesterday, I think. When was it? I don't know. The days blur together. All right. Let's go here. Let's go up one. SpacetimeDB template. Let's do basic React. Let's go through the process. What? Oh, I just added this in my PR, which hasn't merged. Foolish. Okay, init. Spacetime React. There should be, if there isn't. Let's see, spacetime init help. It's initting help. Dash help. So hold on, I'll show you. If I do spacetime init, if I just do spacetime init, I create an app, project path, it will give me the templates here. So like use template and I can just pick one of these. So this is a list of all of them. I don't know that that's the best place for it to be, but it is where it is right now. So let's do basic React. This, PMPM. I dumped Windows 10 for CachyOS and my games and video editing have been the same but better. I also gained 10 degrees of heat reduction just from switching. Not a bad idea. Templates directory is a new thing. Went in on like Friday or Thursday or something. So that's going to be, we have templates, and also you can add, I guess I should mention, if I do spacetime init, right, you can use template. You can also put in, notably, the owner and repo, or the git URL, and we will clone it for you. So that's cool. So if you guys want to start publishing templates, let's do it. But we have our template now, I think. So let's say basic React. Where is that? No, it's my spacetime app. Okay. Cool. Let's do like cat package. Let's see what's in there. All right, PMPM. Yeah. This is one unfortunate thing about SpacetimeDB is that, like, well, you have to run, see, I have to do like SpacetimeDB in one thing. I'll create a random new database, don't really care. And then we get this, we're working on this one. This is a, Alessandro noted this one and it happened here today. What if I just said like Claude? Yeah, dude. No, we're not going to get distracted. We're going to press on. We're not going to get distracted by small things. We'll come back later. Come back later if we can. So anyway, SpacetimeDB is running, which should be publishing to main cloud, and then this should start a local server. Let's open this up. Let's bring it over. What do we got? Okay, so we have a thing. We're connected, and we say Tyler. We get nothing. So let's go back here. Invoking table, invoking init reducer, database initialized. Why is add person not working? Oh, I didn't put a name in there. Nope. So this is not good. So I say we fix this. I know that's a little distracting. Cannot connect to main cloud. Man, why does it say status connected if it's not connected? Am I logged in? No. Man, that should really show your username, shouldn't it? This is my user. Is that the same one? It surely is. Okay. No, not that it matters, actually. It shouldn't matter. Because this is an identity created for the demo. It's interesting. Error connecting to SpacetimeDB. Why is this broken? That's the right name. One way to use feature about SpacetimeDB is remembering the module identity. Yeah, how many times I published without a name on self-hosted. Yeah, I mean, realistically, I have a long-running ticket to just hide the identities because they're more of an implementation detail than. The purpose of that is that so it's possible to have like programmatically generated things without having to come up with random strings. Because you can imagine, for example, a database whose identities may be derived from private keys, or you have a database who is spawning hundreds or thousands or millions of other databases, and you don't have to have like a naming scheme. That's the purpose of that. So you can just not have a name. Why is this not working? All right, SpacetimeDB users, let's take a look. This is basic React. Yeah, okay, that's what's happening. I was working on dev, and I logged in with a token on my local machine, and I need to clear my cookies. So let's do that. Give those suckers a clear. Right? I mean, it should have an error if it's not working. It shouldn't say connected, certainly not. That's ridiculous. Let's go back to dev. Yeah, I do. I want to use the same name from last time. Oh, I can't like type it in. Oh my god. I want to say this is horrible UI, but it's not great. Right. Must be able to type it in. Yeah. Why can't I just put the name, like every other thing we have, you would just put the name here. What is the positional argument for this? Interesting. Why? Let's hold on. I'm getting distracted, but let's just fix this. Go back. We're gonna have Claude fix this. Kind of getting off the track immediately, but whatever. Sometimes you've got to do it. That's what you got to do. You just got to try it. Try using it, fix the problems, and republish. Yes, allow reading for space energy. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, come on now. Whatever. No. What? Okay. So what do we do next? Okay. So most space-time CLI commands take the first argument as the database name or identity. That appears to not be the case for SpacetimeDB dev. I would like to deprecate the -- database option and replace it with the same positional argument used in other commands for consistency. Will this still address what Igor Manga brought up? So it's just that, oh, SpacetimeDB, if you don't specify a name, is going to ask you for one. No. Basically, if you don't specify, that's the same thing we'll do. It's honestly what publish should do. Let's do this. Another thing that's going to help this is when we have, like, the project configuration. So you don't have to pass in any args. You just use your project config, and it will set your production environment, it'll set your development environment, and so on. Those are the ones. I mean, it's pretty cool. AI is pretty cool, and it's only going to get better. That's pretty incredible. It feeds my laziness. Grep away. Grep away, Claude. Grep away. I'm reading from this, but what's going on there? All right. Database flag, deprecate use provisional argument instead. Do you want to add make set to? We do. That's what we'd like to do. Seems correct. You know, Jonathan Blow talks about how AI models are bad programmers and they produce mid-code. That's fine, but most code, a lot of code, is like this stuff where it just is organizing things and making the user experience good. If oh, cool. Cool, we like that. I think I might stream every day for the whole week and just keep cooking on this. I'm just going to keep cooking on this until our problems go to 0. And by that I mean your problems, because they're mostly like really weird little rough edges. Well, I mean, I would even say the fact that I cannot get the app to work, although I have done this before, so I don't know why I can't get it to work. I think that is not super awesome. The basic React app should work. I assert that is the case. In fact, we have one of our engineers working on making it be checked in CI. Because at least, you know, some compilation and basic testing. I think the main problem is that people are using it to make way too big changes and don't handle it at all. That's fair. I mean, but I also think that it's allowing people who would have no capacity or opportunity to do that as well. And I suppose the issue is that security problems. I mean, security problems are the main one. Like, yeah, you shouldn't, and they don't really understand why, so I get that. But for me, it's very useful, because I know exactly what to use it for. Docs are great, CLI is great, I need to read what it writes, because I don't want it to do something insane. But it's easier than me, okay, I'm going to go look, I'm going to find out, like, what's the best practice for writing things, and have we done this that way? It's easy to just, hey, do it this way. And it's really good at, oh, I'm going to make it look nice and pretty, and I'm going to use the appropriate coloring, and that's convenient. And I'm going to have like a very reasonable like commit message. It's great. Commit these changes. I think, wasn't Linus Torvalds, who is basically my hero, doing a little vibe coding? There are the three best programs ever written are Linux, Git, and then Linux, and then there is no third, in my opinion. Alright, so in principle we fixed that up. Let's just do a little git status. Eh? Is this a known issue on RN templot? How do I do this on Windows? Templot, come on, what are you doing? Okay. Get log. What? No, I thought I was on a different branch. I was on this branch. That must have been when I started Claude, not where I am now. Fudge. Alright, let's fix that. Oh, I merged master. Well. Technically, we never finished what we're doing here. Oh no, what is that? No, has somebody updated it again? Alright, I'm just gonna check my PR real quick. Oh no, I ruined it. Didn't I? Maybe not. Oh, but why is this failing? Oh, this is what we're talking about here. Oh, nothing is easy. Okay, well we're gonna put that aside. We fix our branch. We'll get that merged at some point. I did check out Claude, Tyler, Claude docs too. How did they choose the name Claude? That's just bizarre. Random name. Git logs. No offense to Claudes out there. Git logs, I mean. Okay. Go back over here. Push the changes. True vibe coding. We are vibing. That's the plan. True vibe coding tunes. Yeah, you figure that out, Claude. You go ahead and push that upstream. I do want to proceed. Could I have run that command and saved me 10 cents? Probably. All right. Now, where were we? We were trying to get this working. So pm dev is there, and now we want to do this. Oops. That's what we just fixed. All right, now, in principle, what's the deal here? For those of you who are saying, oh, this is a token, this is a very short-lived token for just connecting to the SpacetimeDB. It's already expired, specifically for our subscribe route. So it is not to worry. But why is it not working? gzip was interrupted while the page was loading. Oh, but I did get rid of my console. Come on. It's not working. I don't understand. Click the code. Basic React. I tested this. I tested that. We are getting the following thing. Connecting to SpacetimeDB WS. And then I get error connecting to SpacetimeDB. Excellent. Lovely. Just what I wanted to hear. Why? Could this be a cores issue? Could it be a cores issue? The network. Should I open up Chrome? Interestingly, I got a 101 switching protocols, so it is a connecting. And what? Okay, @person is not a valid table selecting from @person. Should that be in my error? I had to look at the thing here. Let's see, error. Did I just not look closely enough? Hold on, we will look with me. Also, why does it say connected? Why it's not connected? I don't understand. Let's look at the code for that. app.tsx. It feels like a bug. Let's see. The React SDK where key equals value clause is not working with UUID. Do you have a spontaneous idea why that might be? I did not work on UUID, so I don't, unfortunately. Well, one thing is, I thought about this, but you said it worked on your PR, so I didn't really follow up on it. But you might need to make a bigger change to pass the name into the database, but I don't think that's right. So, or to do it in... No, that's not right either. I don't know. I do not know off the top of my head. Isn't that because the DB name doesn't match what the client tries to connect to? No, that's not correct either. It shouldn't be correct. It could be correct. It's an interesting theory, Dovos. It's an interesting theory. Indeed. Let's take a look. So, let's bring this... No, that's running something to docs. It's my Git one, that's Claude, that's something else. That's my app. So let's come back over here. Let's do ls ls-la ls. Come on. Is that not a thing? Oh no. -a? Oh, somebody tell me Windows. Hit -hidden. Oh Lord. Come on. Come on. No, it's there. Okay. Let's take a quick peek here. I'm gonna pull this over here. I don't know what's in the local thing. I'm pretty sure it's nothing, but let's see. Oh, I can't drag out like on Windows? Oh my god. Like on macOS. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. Let's open a notepad. Yeah, let's bring it over here. So check this out. So if my math is correct, this should work. So basically we have this .m.local that we set the name of it, and you can see the name is matching, and it is SpacetimeDB. So it is connecting to the right place. Now, notably, it's trying to query it for a person. Let's at least look at what it's trying to do. Tables.person, right? It's trying to do that for sure. What does it say in the module? Let's go to the module, SpacetimeDB, index. There's the person table. I must say, that looks like a person table. Most intriguing. Most intriguing indeed. Let's go get network again. Let's do a refresh. Can't wait to find out what madness this is. Response. Person is not a valid table. All right, you know what? Let's do this. I mean, we should really check what the database name is. Let's see. I don't know if the database name is in the URL though. Does it connect to main cloud? It is. This is all published in main cloud. It should be in main cloud. But it does connect to main cloud. Main cloud, there it is. And we don't have the database name. Oh, no, we do. There's the database name. So it's the right database name. So, okay, let's take this. Right? What is going on? Spacetime SQL -s main cloud. Lackadaisical whatever. Select star from person. You know, I have to say, oh my god. Kids has a good idea. Have we gotten scammed again? We got scammed! We got scammed by a private table. I thought it was supposed to be that tables were private. That's not how they're supposed to work. But we did get scammed by a private table. Right? I mean, right? That's got to be at least a problem. What do we do about that, chat? Did you say it above? Did I miss that? No, I read your comment above. That's what caused me to think about this. So what you're saying is that now it should just work. Okay. Oh no, it still says person is not a valid table. I have to republish. Shouldn't SpacetimeDB have done that for me? Right? Right? Alright, did I save the file? Is this like a, oh, it doesn't work on Windows type problem? Oh my god! Alright. This is why we do this. This is why we do this. So I may experience the frustration and not you. Alright, so let's see. SpacetimeDB does not seem to be appropriately listening to changes in files on Windows. Could you please tell me how the listening works? And in the meantime, we're going to try this again. We'll try this, and we'll see if that works. Published successfully, so it's got to be published. We're back over here. It's going to take longer than I expected, sadly. 0 people. Are you for real? Not a valid table name. Select star from person. All right, chat. Now what? let's see if it's public at least, shall we? We're gonna show you guys a little trick. A little trick of the trade. Okay. ST table. It is, in fact, private. Bit of a puzzler. Would you not all agree? What have I done? Am I in the wrong folder? No, I don't think it is. I bet it's not listening. No, I don't understand. Basic React, right? That's where I should be. No, I'm a doofus. Do you all know why I'm a doofus? Can you see it? Because I'm not in Basic React. I am in my app. So I need to fix it in both places. Right? Right. Here we go. What a doofus. Developers. Yeah. That's what's up. A doofus. We're doofus maxing on stream here today. All right, chat, how do we fix this? How do we fix this so that people don't get scanned by this literally every day? And by that, I mean the founder of the company. What do we do? Also, it is a valid table. You should just see no rows. But it seems like that's a change that was never implemented. I mean, that's even more scammy because it'd be like, oh, connected, and you'd see no users, and you'd be like, what's going on? But I don't know. Maybe it should be that you just can't connect. It's complicated, though. All right. Horrible. But we still have the problem. Oh no, it was making changes. Right? I just wasn't saving the right file. Let's do this again. Bingo. File detected. Never mind. False alarm, Claude. Thank you, Xylem. X1. Welcome in. Scratch that. Scratch all that. Well, so kids, it's interesting because we're kind of not supposed to leak it in StTable. The idea is that you should only be able to query the... It's very like bootstrappy and self-referential. And that's why it's like not really done right now. So you can't see the things in the table. You can see the metadata about the table, but ideally you would be able to program what metadata you could even see. So it's supposed to be all very, I mean, if we go back to the 5 principles, tables and programmable. So there's 2 of the principles. The subscription could give back a table is private error. It could. So it depends on what you think of a private table to be. Does a private table mean that there's automatically it's like we're automatically applying a view to your table? And we're filtering rows out, in which case the table is there, you should be able to see that, but you should see no rows, because the rows all ask, is owner, or can view. And there's a built-in thing, so that you could, in principle, override what happens. But actually, this is a stupid idea, so we should just make them private, and say, like, yeah, private's a little bit special, and you could always write a view. So, that's probably the right answer to this. All right, let's do it. Let's make that change. Okay. Let's fix this one forever and ever. Okay. So I was getting. This is going to be hard for Claude to do. Let's look in the repo, see how complicated it is. What, we said not a valid, what was the particular thing? The particular message. Not a valid table. Let's look for where this error comes from. Unresolved. Okay. All right. Let's see. So please do that. Okay, so I was getting the following. Scratch all that. I was mistaken. Okay, I was getting the following. Woo. Following error when I was trying to connect. And it's a little troubling that I wasn't able to see this error unless I looked at the response. That's kind of weird. It turns out that this is because the table was private. I would, this error is defined in crates expr source errors.rs. I would like to make it so that this particular situation, that in this particular situation, we don't, that we return an error specifically calling out that the table is marked as private. I mean, I don't know that it's the right idea because, like, in principle, we could hide the, like, only the owner can see the system table. Is that true? Well, what were they? Were they public? Yeah, like, ST table should arguably be private instead of public. Unclear. But if we were to hide that, then this is fine. I mean, if we leave it the way it is, it's fine. And if we hide it, maybe we can just cross that bridge when we come to it. So, but yeah, security 101, you're not supposed to acknowledge the existence of things if you don't want them to be seen. I guess in this case, we can just say, it's fine. ST table being private doesn't matter since HTTP schema route. Well, except that the HTTP schema route would return the results based on the rules. So it would be the same. It would ST table being private. There would be basically ST table view, and you would get the same thing as ST table view. But this is like maybe even a long-term goal. I don't think that that's worth spending a lot of time. I mean, how many people are going to get scammed out of how many hours? How many people, raise your hand if you've been scammed by a private table being private before? Founder using Windows, GG selling stocks now. Well, Founder has to stream on Windows because Founder's MacBook can't have 2 monitors. Founder should be on Linux though. We'll be real with that. Okay, fair. I think system tables are so unknown at the moment anyway. I've been private tabled so many times. Yeah, I've been private tabled too. I've probably lost... I don't even use SpacetimeDB that much, not as much as I should. I've probably lost 8 hours to it or more. All right, well, we're gonna fix this today. It ends today. see how Claude's doing. Now I understand the issue. SchemaView method filters out private tables, returning none, and then returns the results in generic not a valid table error. Here's my proposal. Add a new variant, private table. Add a method to SchemaView to check if the table exists but is inaccessible. Let's do it. So, Chippy, the idea with SpacetimeDev is that we should address all three of those problems. So with SpacetimeDev, it should just publish to main cloud by default. I think that that's probably the best default, because I'll tell you why. Because I went to a hackathon to have people use SpacetimeDB and see what their feedback was. And I ran into a person who said, like, oh, something's wrong. I think localhost is being blocked by my by this school's firewall. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. What it was they were just not running the server. So yeah, I think I'm a little sus on the two named thing. I guess it's fine. So I think main cloud just by default. Like if you want to host your own thing, basically I think local should be, I want to host my own thing and I want it to be, I don't want to use main cloud. And we absolutely want that to still be possible, but I think it should be separate. And that basically by default, that's why we gave you a free tier. So you can just use it for development and it's not even a problem. So I think, and if you want to use it for your local for development, you can do that too. But I'm going to make the common case as easy as possible. So SpacetimeDev should address local versus main cloud. It should also forget to republish or redo bindings because it does both of those. It republishes and it redoes bindings. So if I can also address private tables in this PR, then we're going to be good. But let me read this carefully because this is tricky. Table exists but private. Okay, if you can get the ID out, it's not false. It's not private. If we can get the schema but don't have read access, it's not private. Okay, so if you can't get the schema, then false. Also, if you do that, then false. That looks correct to me. Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Chippy. So Chippy says we got to host a SpacetimeDB hackathon, but instead of prize money, you just hand out energy. We're thinking of doing a little bounty program on the docs page. What's with pause? What do you mean pause? Oh, it's a Twitch thing. I see. I don't have the emotes here. Sadly, I am a Twitch novice. Little bounty program whereby we say, hey, we're working on the docs. If you submit a PR that fixes a bug or fixes a typo, you get X added to your permanent free amount that you get every month. If you fix a bug in code, you get a greater quantity. If you do a whole page or you improve the docs, you get another quantity. And then I think if you create a template or something, you can get more quantities. But it's tricky because we need to make it so that they're of high quality, and we need to be able to process them is the other thing. Yes, well, that's right. That's why it's tricky. So that's why we haven't pulled the trigger yet. But I think we do have some absolutely dedicated members of the community, some of which who are here with us. But I don't know that like, it needs to be accepted, and I think we just have a very high bar, and we just close the tickets that are not good. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's nice. If you submit a PR that gets rejected, we reduce your free amount. Clever. I think that would get very toxic extremely quickly, but that's an idea. We're gonna have to look at this carefully before we merge. If you do it, you might want to put the docs into their own repo. No, they were in their own repo. We took them out of that. It's easier. We can do like CI checks and things. It's just easier when everything's in one repo. I fought that fight and I lost. It's easier to keep it consistent. But believe you me, I tried not having them on a repo. Borland C, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. We are working on SpacetimeDB. We're working on the SpacetimeDB documentation. Do I want to make this edit to RLS? I do. Pepin, thank you for the follow. Are you new to SpacetimeDB or are you just new to the Twitch channel? Kists, thank you for the follow. So I haven't messed with SpacetimeDB or templates or anything. Since procedure just came out for C#, I should be able to use SpacetimeDB tonight and rip one of the templates to try them out. You should be able to do that, yes. I mean, I'm not suggesting that it will for sure work, simply because I'm fixing some of the problems right now with the templates. Like, the table not public. And you can see, like, okay, maybe I tested this, but I tested it with a wrong identity or something, or it was... And then it showed me the public table. Who knows? You can also call me Killian, that's my real name. That's me real name. Killian's a pirate. AR. So Chippy, we actually have one for, let me just pull this up over here real quick. If we go to the templates directory, let's go back to this. We have basic TypeScript, and that just doesn't have, I think it has like index.html, but it doesn't connect to the server or anything. So this one I think could certainly be improved. I know it does, maybe? No, it has an empty main.ts. So it's very basic. Very basic TypeScript. I got auto banned in the chat. Was that intentional? No, it wasn't intentional. How do I unban you? I didn't even see that. I don't see that. When did you get auto banned? It says nothing in my, oh, well, hold on. Let's go to Streamlabs. Can somebody tell me how to unban someone? In Twitch, I don't know how to do that. Community, here we go. Can I search by ban? Yeah. He's not banned. I don't think they're banned. we're going to have Chippy to the rescue here. They're not banned. I agree. So why can't they type? Can you like log out of Twitch and log back in? Seems like Twitch needs to use SpacetimeDB. But first we have to make it good. So let's do that. All right, we gotta read this carefully. Seems correct. I think I saw you play OpenFront. Have you tried my gridwar.io game? It's very inspired. Gridwar.io. I think I have. Is this built on SpacetimeDB? Perchance. Okay. I should read. Game's over. It is made on SpacetimeDB. That's fun. Okay, I will play this later. This is interesting. But I will first do this. You can play without reading. There should be a bot to attack. I see. Okay, let's be very cautious about this. In a lot of places because it's complicated. Actually, you know what? Let's stop this. Shouldn't this be within the schema? So that we don't have to have it all over the place. Is that better though? No, it's not. Sorry, 1 second. If I make PR for basic type, should just be the bare bones connection, or should I add like an example table reducer in the app? So it's a good question. I think it should be. Well, I think we should probably have for all the frameworks the same app. So, or you can just make one and then we'll improve it by like sort of making them more consistent. So I would say like a basic table and a thing like I have a person for the one I was just showing. You could start by just doing this like, oh, you connect, you add a person, it shows the people. think that's what we're going to go with for now. But I need to think about this. Yeah, Jobus is correct. I would assume like the React template, table the name, the reducer, change the name. I agree. All right, I'm just gonna stick with YouTube for this stream. Sorry about it. No worries. So what I've been trying to say is, why not just generalize the error message like Kit suggested? This plus making ST-table filter out private tables for non-orders would be more secure. What was the generalization that they suggested way back? Oh, buy kits I didn't see that they had left. Altering the existing message to something like table could not be found. If this is unexpected, consider if the table is public. All right, let's do that. That's going to be much easier. Actually, let's not do any of this. Let's just change the unresolved error message to have a helpful hint. Table. Thank you, Igor Manga, for coming back to. Could, like, you know, could not resolve table. If unexpected table named blah is unexpected. Do you this can occur. What should I put here, Lori? You sure it might be private, but with better wording. I agree. He will. Killian will see it. Yeah, that seems like a better. Check if the name is correct or if the table is private. Yeah, let's do that. Well, I think this is fine. Table exists, but it's private. Yeah, let's undo that. Don't want to do that. This is a much easier change for me to accept too. Like, I definitely haven't introduced any problems when we go to the PR review because it'll just be changing a string. And it doesn't really mess anything else up, so this is fine. I think just the hint of seeing like, oh, is it private? Is like, oh, it might be private. Like, that would have saved me a lot of time. And it wouldn't be much better to know for sure that it's private. Similar amount of correct to just say, oh yeah, it's private. We're not agenting in production. We're taking it all out. We're taking it all out. Just keeping it to the docs. Docs and strings only. Not C strings either. We're gonna do a little git status check as well. Now I need to also find out why am I not seeing this error? Shouldn't that be in here somewhere? Right? Like, why is that not in here? And then I get disconnected. Which is weird. Like, why am I getting... Well, we still haven't fixed the problem, so we'll see what's going on. Let's do a little git stat to see what's the situation. A little git diff. All right, I couldn't remove this stuff. That would be a much cheaper way to do this same operation. But we're lazy maxing today. Why are you getting a connection error on a subscription fail? It's a good question. I don't know. You go ahead and verify that. Much better. All right, so let's find out what's going on with this now. Let's see. So we'll come back over here. Refresh this. Do we get the same error? No, now we get the data. Oh, there it is. But I'm still getting this. But we get this. This is because I thought I fixed this problem. This is because of React double rendering. Let's see. Server. And it's supposed to be SDK. All right, let's see. No, it's React. Okay, I want to... Okay, much better. I am, however, getting this. We're going to give our credentials right on over to Claude. Now you may say, what are you doing? But A, these are just a local, well, they're generated just for this, but more than that, they are expired. You can check yourself on jwt.io. We're going to put this in here. Please. What? Claude? Claude! Okay, fine. We'll just we'll paste this text. It's no big deal. Not letting me put my secrets into the thing. So this is confusing for users, and we can just fix it. So we're going to fix it. I believe this is happening because basically the React in development requires you load twice to fix things, and we should do that, but we should not. We should avoid this problem. I swear I fixed this, but maybe I did not. And then it connects successfully the second time. I believe this is because in the bindings TypeScript React library, we do not handle, what is it called? Trick mode correctly. Could you modify the library to fix the strict mode error? Let's see. Igor Manga says, Yep, it's Twitch graphical API just said message rejected for me, no apparent reason. They should have made it with SpacetimeDB instead. They should have. Alright. Yeah, you can do that. Similar is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Potentially. I am quite hungry, so I might have to go eat, but I will continue developing. Developers. Let's see. See how far we get. Sure, let's save that sucker. I find that Claude is quite a bit better than, yeah, well, it's probably because it's on Windows, and it doesn't know how to read files on Windows. I don't know how to read files on Windows. It's a guess. I don't really know. Could be a secret ploy to rack up my token budget. Token cost. There are definitely some things where it's easier but not faster. This is not one of them because I do not... I think it's going to hopefully suggest something more intelligent than what I would try for React. We'll see. Ooh, Games Done Quick is on? I didn't know that. You should really not be exposing your main cloud tokens on stream. They're not, so as I mentioned for the main cloud tokens, these, for example, I mean, let's look at them. Woo! Alright, we gotta read this first, and then we'll look at the tokens. We're gonna open them up in JSON Web Tokens, and you will see that there is no danger. What? What's going on here? We're doing a set timeout. Explain this to me. Why doesn't what we currently have not work? All right, JSON Web Tokens. Let's open them up, just for fun. So, pop this sucker over here. Okay, this is a token. It's issued by localhost, so it's not issued by like my own account. So you can't access into my own account. This is a token that we created from main cloud, that we created actually when we began. Like as soon as I connect, this gets created, and it gets created from main cloud. But not only that, the one that's exposed in a URL is very rapidly expiring. So you can see this token is expired. It's now 7:41, so it expired 11 minutes ago. 9 minutes ago. These are invalid tokens. By the time you could manually copy them out of the thing, well, maybe with like imaging, they're already expired. That's the reason we did that. We never print tokens in parameters, but because of a weird quirk of the browser specification for WebSockets, you can only pass that in a thing. So instead, we do this double loop thing where we get a short-lived token with your long-lived token, and then we use that to connect, and then we throw it away, basically, because it's no longer good. What happens when this current code in strict mode? React strict mode behavior. In development, React intentionally mounts components twice to help detect side effects. The sequence is mount component, run use effect, unmount component, run cleanup. Mount component again, use effect again. First mount, connect ref is null. Creates WebSocket, starts connecting. Immediate unmount, cleanup runs, disconnect, kills the inflate WebSocket. Is null. We just said it's null. The first WebSocket is killed mid-handshake when the cleanup calls. In this error you're seeing, Firefox reports the connection is interrupted while page loading. Why the timeout fix works. By deferring disconnect, we push it to the next event loop tick. Since strict mount modes, the remount happens before the timeout fires. No, but can't I just make it not connect twice? Like, this is a library that is not under test for our users. I would like to make sure this component only tries to connect once. That was the whole point of this. Let's see. I hope that at least doesn't have any special. It makes sense, but why doesn't self-hosted set expiry then? Oh, because that's not good. We should fix that. You're generally discouraged from using self-hosted tokens because you really should be hosting your own tokens. For all main cloud stuff, like anything you get to log in, we don't use self-hosted tokens. We should fix that though. I think there's a way to get what Igor Manga is talking about. There's a way to get tokens from SpacetimeDB which are like infinitely lived. The reason is that if they expire, there's no way to refresh them because SpacetimeDB is not a proper identity provider, and so it's not good. You're right. Simpler is better. The issue is this line in cleanup. The ref persists across strict mode mounts. Double connection. Don't disconnect. Only remove the handlers. Re-add the handlers. Trade-off. On a real unmount, the connection isn't explicitly closed. This is interesting. Do I still have Chippy here? Because I remember you reported this bug originally. So if you're still here, could you speak up? Because it's a good question. Should I close the connection on unmount? On a real unmount. Oh, I see. Troublesome. So I did fix this and then I reintroduced it. And is there a way that we can detect whether this is a real unmount or not? I can see users using SpacetimeDB for a small portion of their app, e.g. the real-time chat. And they only want to connect while that window is open or something. Yes, the timeout approach I initially suggested is actually the standard way to detect this. That's what I want to know. Here's how it works. Strict mode's unmount remount happens synchronously in the JavaScript task. Set timeout pushes the disconnect to the next task in the event loop. Fake unmount. Strict mode. Cleanup runs, schedule times out. Remount runs immediately. Fake unmount. Cleanup runs, schedules timeout, remount runs immediately, same task, cancels timeout, connection survives. Real unmount, cleans up, runs, schedules timeout, no remount, timeout fires, disconnect happens. I see. Oh, I see. That's extremely clever. Do you guys see what's going on? Can we also add a comment explaining exactly what you just explained to me? I think that's not obvious, but very clever. So what they're doing is they're basically saying, in the React strict mode, it renders twice to detect side effects, but it only does that within the same frame. So if you delay the disconnection until the next frame, and then when you remount the first time, you cancel the disconnect, then on a fake one, it will not disconnect, but on a real one, the timeout will fire in the next frame and it will disconnect, which is actually genius. Okay, here we go. In strict mode, React's unmounts are synchronously in the same JavaScript task. It says side effects by deferring. This is brilliant. Actually, this is, oh boy, AI is taking over. This is why we have to make SpacetimeDB easier and easier to work with AI, because the AI is only going to get better, and SpacetimeDB improves. I'm doing a little math where I can actually show sort of the amount of training additional AI training that you need to do to get the same uplift in performance from using SpacetimeDB versus not. So that's cool. Let's see. Can we modify these? The developer my spacetime app SpacetimeDB React dependency with these same changes so that I can test this. It's like an escape hatch from React. This is really how it works. GW Lance. It is. It's actually, it's very, I think it's very clever. I mean, maybe it's a pattern that it's seen a lot, but still. Oh my god, it's gonna go edit the JavaScript. That's genius.
I don't have to write JavaScript. I'll only update the compiled JavaScript with the same fix. Hell yes. That's gonna be a lot of tokens though.
Not that many actually. We've tried to reduce the size of our libraries. Legit. If I run pnp install again, okay. So let's not do that. Let's go here. I think it should work now. Okay, but let's stop it. Let's run it. We gotta find out. Hold on, I guess you guys are not seeing this. Let's look at console. What was I doing? Oh, we're trying to prevent this from happening. Okay, but we want to see the files inspector now. I only know this for Chrome, so I don't know where. Maybe it's network. It's probably here. How do I look at the file? File editor console. There's no way to look at the files? Oh boy. Should Python SDK be async or conventional? What do you think? On Chrome it says sources. I don't know what that means. I think we made it conventional. We have actually a way of making it work with both. It's a little complicated though. I don't think I could explain it or do it justice right here. I wonder if this is working though. Let's just ask. Well, disgusting. Oh. What? Oh my god, it's not working. I want to run it. No, I want to run the command. I don't want to warp the command, or whatever that means. I want to run the command. Okay, fine. Now let's try it again. I don't know what that was, but okay. Inspect. Okay, that works. That's amazing. But we are getting this. Whoops. Let me share this with you all. Copy message. Okay, that's working very nicely. But I'm getting this now. Probably because I don't understand actually. I see the bug in my fix. I'm setting conref.current before the timer fires, goodness me. So on remount, it still creates a new connection. True. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's very odd. Bingo. Just so you can all see and enjoy. My name is Tyler. Alright, that's a really important fix. So that people don't see this error every 5 seconds. This is great. Good thing we tested. This is why your tester changes, folks. On Chrome it says sources. Oh yeah, but it does say sources on Chrome, but I don't think it says it on Firefox. Okay, that's great. That's great. Now let's go finally get back to what I wanted to do. Although I might have to call it after that. And let's say, okay, excellent. Maybe I should just make a PR for that. Let's make a PR for that. Excellent work, Tin Man. Let's commit. I swear, once AI takes over, I'm gonna be #1 on their list. Yes. Probably. I will be sure to throw you under the bus. Oh, it really has... It will. It will be a fantastic bus. Dazzle dazzle. AI codes all your stuff for you, then you spend more time trying to commit than you spend doing the whole thing manually. It's true. Well, my hope is that if I install this, it'll be better, but I should just make the PR if we're gonna be realistic, because I'm hungry. This fixes basic issues using the basic React template. Just grab what it said. Where did it put it? No. One is let's race the AI. The first one is that made SpacetimeDB database a positional argument and deprecated -- database. Made fixed double render in double connection in React SK. Fixed added a more descriptive error message to unresolved table name. None. No. Deprecates -- database. It's still works, but it prints with a warning. Pretty low risk, to be honest. I would say it's a 2. And I have tested that this works. What's that guy who races against? He's a digs tunnels and he races against a machine, like steam engine type tunnel digger thing, and he wins. It's like Tony something. I don't remember. You guys know what I'm talking? John Henry. Thank you. I feel like John Henry. It's John Henry. I have tested that this works in that the double render works in React. Create a regular pull request. Let's add John. Can I not just add them? Can I just like add them? Oh my god. This is based. I've already done this, by the way, so Claude loses. Even though most of the time it's waiting for whatever the win get is doing. Let's see. Author, me. Oh, the other one merged. Okay, hold on. We gotta do it manually. We gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. Git status. Ridiculous. RM docs temp Claude tmp Claude star. Git status. RM temp Claude star RM this one. And now what we're going to do is we're going to say git pull don't know why that's still there. Maybe it's working on it. Git pull. Git rebase. Master. No. No, I don't want this. I want to git rebase abort. Git merge master. Git merge. What? Git diff? Git checkout. I guess restore. Git status. Okay, git, no. Git checkout, please. Git rebase. No. Let's try. Git merge origin master. Very good. Git status. Git push. Now, hopefully, this all fixes itself. No, 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 it's bad. It's not what I want. So razzle-dazzling. Oh, okay, alright. Git status. Git checkout. Git log. Log. Okay, what I really want to do is this. Git reset -- hard origin master. No. Yes. Git cherry pick. This one, did I do that in the right order? Doesn't matter, I guess. Then I want this one. Then I want this one. Git push -f with lease I should have done, but whatever. Refresh, is it good now? Oh, it's good. Oh, it's good. It's real good. Should have done git rebase -i. Yeah, I'm not all about that. Those interactive changes. I made the same. So I don't do that interactive, so I just cherry pick. Little old John Henry over here had the time to do all that while we were just waiting. Let's see if it's installed. Useless. It still can't do it. These clankers. I do want to have my GitHub CLI installed though, so we're going to try that. But, okay, what are we doing? So we're going over here. And we are going to go... What? Sleep 30? What's happening? It's bad news. I forgot what I was doing. Thank you, Your Manga, for the heads up. I mean, for the thumbs up. This should be a relatively easy review, so not as much as I wanted to get done today, but some important changes. Sometimes better than docs, because things just work. That's much better than things needing to be read in the docs. As you can see, I got scammed. I'm telling this to my internal team by private table yet again. I said enough. Enough! Okay, so this is cooking. I think there are no docs changes, so I don't have to go through that whole docs thing. That's cool. What's happening here? No. Like, install GitHub CLI tool. Let's try that. Download for Windows. The clankers ain't got nothing on John Henry. I gotta complete the other installation before doing this. No. Oh no. The clankers messed me up. My other installation is in progress. No! Windows is garbage. Should have been Linux. And eventually it'll be SpacetimeDB. Oh, I guess that's what I was trying to do. Oh, I was waiting for my... That's probably what I was doing. I was probably waiting for my command thing. Oops. Let's try this. Next. Repair. Repair. Yes. Finish. Okay, it's done. It's done. This works. Look at that. Look at that beautiful, beautiful thing. It's got a one little error because we don't have a favicon. We'll fix that in the next one, kids. We will fix that in the next one. All right, let's go back over here. Let's check this out. Wait, you did not make the argument positional according to the diff. What? I did not make the argument positional. What you talking about? I'm hungry. Oh yeah, you're right. What happened to that? Wait a second. Thank you, Igor Manga. Good call. Why did I not rebase it in? Might not have. I might not have cherry picked it. No. Where did it go? Wait. Where did our CLI changes go? The clankers are not helping. Commit these changes. I did commit them. Can I cherry pick this? Only some commits were cherry picked. Oh, it figured it out. Good catch. Good catch, Eager Manga. Very good catch. You're a legend. We it actually found a commit hash for me, but this is the commit hash. Well, I have it in my paste buffer. Let's do that. Why are we forcing with leash? Forcing with leash. Forcing with lease. That's hard to say. Yeah. This is sufficient. And then let's go back to this. Let's open that up again. We're going to double check our work. What a fantastic find. There it is. Bingo. Bingo. Look at that. Lovely. All right. I think I'm going to call it there because I'm starving. I know what force with lease is, but it just sounds like I'm pronouncing it wrong. Is protect against the case where someone else force pushed. Yes. Should we rewind the stream? Okay. Thank you so much, all, for popping in. We don't see your screen. True. Why don't you see my screen? It's weird. Yet another Windows problem. Either way, I'm going to head out, I think. Shall I raid someone? Does anybody have a good person for raiding? I'd like to do somebody who is programming, and I think I might have someone. I think this is a person who's working on an MMO. So I'm gonna do that over there. Raid. And I will catch you all on the flip. Got a pretty good raid.